I'm being joined right now by Nalin Kohli. He's the BJP national spokesperson, BJP leader. Thank you very much, sir, for joining me on the telecast. And my first question to you about your reaction to Congress leader P. Chidambaram's comments on Pakistan's role, talking about whether it was a Pakistani terrorist who infiltrated into India, or was it a homegrown terrorist that was responsible for the Pahalgam attack?
The Congress party, unfortunately, is now building a track record wherein they are showing they are speaking the voice of Pakistan and giving Pakistan a handle against India's security and strategic interests. Let's not forget, it's the Congress party that came up, unfortunately, with that terrible connotation of saying saffron terror. It was, if I recall right, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, in some kind of interaction with some foreign diplomat, perhaps from the United States, had said that saffron terror is something bigger. And then, of course, it was repeated in the Congress party's Jaipur convention. The Home Minister stepped in of the then Congress government, and saffron terror became a new coin. In one sentence, they equated a non-existent saffron terror concept to justify the real cause of terror on the other side. It was horrible, unacceptable. Now today we have homegrown terror. While Mr. Chidambaram's sentence came, or this construction came, how do we know it's not homegrown terror? The fact is that today Home Minister Amit Shah ji in Parliament clearly pointed out that we've eliminated that. It's a great success. Now what will the Congress party do? Apologize for this hasty media bite that they gave, which somewhere or the other would have given Pakistan a handle, and the next day it would have carried in their media channels prominently. But the Congress party doesn't do that. Instead, it always raises questions against the armed forces, against India's strategic and security concerns, and then they try to pin the blame on the BJP for their acts of omission and commission.
Mm-hmm. All right. Also, you know, what has been in the news in the past several days is how the veteran Congress leaders Manish Tiwari and Shashi Tharoor have not been allowed to speak on the floor of the House. Today, Manish Tiwari also put out that post hinting at how he is always going to speak in the interest of India and the interest of Indians and in support of the Indian Armed Forces. What do you think is taking place within the Congress?
Nothing. In the Congress party, it's very clear. You can't speak for India. You can't speak in India's interest, the armed forces' interest, unless it is the go-ahead is given by the first family, the Nehru Gandhi family. In this case, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So you need permission to speak. And that completely demolishes Mr. Rahul Gandhi's so-called India is in danger of an undeclared emergency. The undeclared emergency is in the Congress party, where there is a gag order on anyone to speak. And you will not accept, the Congress party will not accept any of their leaders speaking in India's favor, because they consider that not good political duty, or maybe they don't consider it loyalty with regard to the Nehru Gandhi family. So I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi's entire claim and belief on the Constitution of India stands completely demolished, because Mr. Rahul Gandhi in effect is passing a gag order and preventing right voices in his party to speak from and speak on important topics in a non-partisan manner, as it should be in Parliament.
And the Congress also today, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra came on the floor of the House. Other leaders of the Congress said that, you know, there was an intelligence failure and it should have also been held to account. And do you think the demand and the questions that they have raised to the Home Minister, the Home Ministry, are unreasonable?
The Congress party always comes with a set of demands and questions. Where are the answers? Has Mr. Rahul Gandhi ever explained why during the Doklam crisis he went secretly to meet the Chinese ambassador? There's no explanation forthcoming on that. Or why did he say that when is Europe and America going to intervene in India's democracy, asking for foreign influence? Or why did he meet with the chief of Cambridge Analytica several years ago? And Cambridge Analytica being the organization that used to try to influence voting through media posts and other posts and fake news. So there's a lot that the Congress party has to explain. If they want answers, they should first answer the questions that have been asked of them in the past.
Okay. this entire row over Donald Trump taking credit of the ceasefire has also been raked up in the parliament. What should India do? Because there have been upteen times that the US president time again makes these statements, public statements, and he keeps taking credit. What should India do to tackle this situation?
I believe my Prime Minister. It's as simple as that. When the Prime Minister of India says something, the External Affairs Minister says something on the floor of the House of Parliament, that for me matters. Nothing else, nothing more.
Once again, questions being raised on the floor of the House about how many fighter jets did India lose. The question that Congress is raising is, why isn't the Defense Ministry coming out and telling the truth? How will it harm India's armed forces or India's narrative?
If India wants to maintain, or if India or our armed forces prefers to maintain certain strategic silence, that is to be left to their discretion, not the Congress Party's demand or not lack of demand. And in any case, who is there to benefit from such information except Pakistan? Now, the Congress Party again has to reflect that every statement of theirs of this sort is carried heavily in Pakistan. So are they inadvertently happy to be agents of Pakistan?
There is a grouse within the opposition and the Congress. They say it is, healthy discourse, asking questions to the government, to the representatives of the people, is a sign of a healthy democracy. So why
are they interested in the answers? Look at the nature of Parliament. When the Congress speaks, and this is in session after session, there is silence and the Treasury benches listen to them. And when our leaders on the Treasury bench stand up, look at the kind of sloganeering and the kind of disrespect towards them. This is not a healthy discourse. This is an argument to present an argument of healthy discourse with no intention towards a healthy discourse. Otherwise, Parliament wouldn't have been obstructed in the manner as it is being done on a regular basis by the Congress Party.
Talking about the Prime Minister's speech that lasted over an hour, he explained the reason behind India's Operation Sindoor, how within 22 minutes we were able to avenge the deaths of the 26 people that died on 22nd of April, and it was Pakistan that ended up doing the act of aggression that led to India then hitting deep inside Pakistan and destroying their air bases and their military installations. Do you think India has set a new normal and Pakistan will perhaps have to think multiple times before it attacks India again?
It goes without saying. That's what the Honorable Prime Minister has said. We have made very clear what our red lines are, and those red lines, we will act on them when they are crossed. So India has set those red lines. Now it is for Pakistan to really reflect whether it would like to cross those red lines again and face the consequences or avoid it.
Right. And also one last question before I let you go. Again, voices from the opposition. Why did India show haste in agreeing to a ceasefire when Pakistan was already on its knees? It was pleading for India to stop the onslaught.
This is rhetoric without meaning. Who are they to decide in place of what our armed forces believe would be in national interest? This is not a game. This kind of game is probably by those who are still locked or lost in their childhood. I used to play with this card of my grandmother, or I used to play with that card of my grandmother. It's not a game. This is something serious. It's almost what one may call as war. And in that, our government and what Prime Minister Modi has said is, there is a political will that has given operational freedom to the armed forces to decide what are the targets and what are the steps they wish to take. At the end of the day, let's not forget, under the Congress Party, no acquisitions took place. Aircrafts have been allowed to come down, our squadrons have been allowed to come down to levels that it shouldn't have happened. Aircrafts are not available on the top of a shelf. Every time Government of India under Prime Minister Modi has bought a
All right. So that was Advocate Nalin Kohli, BJP national spokesperson and leader, who was speaking to us on NewsX.